Hello, Virgos, and welcome to your March 2025 reading. So, this month is a very condensed month in things that can happen, in a sense that we have the equinox, we have spring coming in, we have a full moon in Virgo with a lunar eclipse at the same time, and later on that new moon in Aries with a solar eclipse. Virgo with a lunar eclipse and Aries with a solar eclipse. So two eclipses that talks about shifting, eclipsing, shifting, the arrival of spring, of the beginning of the new year, the real astrological new year. Again, a passage. So this type of month is a decisive month into who we were, where we're heading, what are we going to be, your next I am, entering into Aries season. And so March, the beginning of March, is a leftover of Pisces, of what we're ready to surrender, let go what is in the waters, the sign in front of you. What am I going to ground from the vibrations of where I come from? So this is going to be interesting. Now, I meditated on your energy, Virgo, and what came out? I have the Hangman and the Ace of Swords right at the beginning. And the Hangman is 12th house Pisces. It is the act of looking at things from a completely different angle to help us in deciphering what we keep, what we throw away, what we want to invest in, and what we will discard or surrender or sacrifice. And so this illumination in the Hangman here seems to have brought you a certain understanding, but it's still at the ace, it's still in the hand of God. So that means it's kind of there floating over my head. It is my free will to grab it and take it for mine, that understanding, that clarity that I need at this point, because we always have free will. But that truth is right over your head right now. And you can see that it has 6 little golden nuggets in the shape of the letter Yod. And that's, the finger of God, the hand that is pointing, the spark of the divine. 6 are associated with the heart chakra in Tiferet here, in the tree of life. It is balance. So a truth that can bring the information, the download that can bring balance, to realign yourself with who you are, that can bring you victory with laurels. So the understanding, there's one side laurel, the other side olive, peace, and graduate, to help you graduate, understand, and so on. Under that, I have the Queen of Cups in reverse. So for those of you that Pisces season was a bit hard, because it did bring up everything that needs to be cleared, everything that in the waters, in the memories, in the frequencies need to be judged or assessed. And that's something you're good at, Virgo. But, this is all watery, and you're an earth sign. Here, the ones of you that felt maybe emotionally overwhelmed or dealing with stuff from the past, the clarity by looking at this from a different angle is available. Then, in the middle of the month, a bit when you're going to have your full moon, Virgo, we have Queen of Pentacles, that's you, sitting well on your throne, in your worth, in your value, in I know what I'm doing here. But here we have the Hermit and the Chariot in reverse. So probably the understanding is about these two things. The part of us, the Hermit is the part of us that relies on our inner light of our soul to guide ourselves. And the Chariot takes root in Cancer and goes towards Capricorn. So the Chariot is all about aligning the authenticity between our shadow and our light, our inner world and our outer world, our feminine perceptive root channel, and our masculine active going towards its ambition, going towards what it wants to accomplish, guided by the 8-pointed star, North Star, or Orion, the Aquarius star. So when these things are in reverse, this is when we maybe had a hard time moving past or going towards something that resembles us more. More aligned with who I am on a soul level, more aligned with what I would actually love and what would make me happy, and so on. Under that, I have the Four of Cups, and that's why these two are in reverse, because the Four of Cups will end her. When she's in reverse, she's not receptive anymore. She doesn't want to get new water. She's more like, here we have an example, been there, done that, I wasn't born yesterday. When it comes to the realms of what vibrations for in my reality can be grounded and realized, I've seen it all. That's the side effect of a Four of Cups. It's a prison. It's a vibrational prison. And it usually comes from having lived many cycles, many examples of this is pretty much what is. And we cannot see that cup. Even if the universe wants to guide us, bring us to something that would be completely different, that would be maybe more emotionally fulfilling, more aligned with your purpose, that your soul yearns to, bring that kind of alignment, part of you doesn't believe it. Or it's just like, no, these are illusions kind of thing. It's like a false, down-to-earth vision. I say false because it is stagnant and it prevents growth, change, movement. So the full moon in your sign will probably show you the limits of this dynamic here. And at the end of the month, those 3 cups, you're going to see how, in fact, if you're looking just at that, you're not noticing the mirror behind your back that is continuing to match with the matrix. It's the Two of Cups. Two of Cups is vibrational mirror. So sometimes it's with the other, but us in our reality, it's always going to be a match of vibration, of water vibration, of receptivity. And here it's behind its back because that's not what he's focusing on, but it's still happening. And here, Page of Sword. Oh, you get it. You're probably going to get why, Hangman, maybe things have been stagnating for a while. I think I get why. And here it's going to say, oh, well, it's because the waters were stagnating. That's why. By understanding that, then all of a sudden, your own alignment of the direction of where you should go with that inner knowing and aspiration will be released. Bottom of the deck, I have the Queen of Swords. And the Queen of Swords, I know you're an earth sign and you're more the Queen of Pentacles, but the Queen of Swords for me, maybe because you're ruled by Mercury, always reminds me more of the Virgo, because she's the no bullshit queen. And that capacity to analyze, discern, and all of this of the Queen of Swords. So this is all about a change of perspective, how you see things. So let's clarify this for you. At the end of the month here with that Page of Swords, this is very interesting and important, because that means you grab that sword. And that's what is going to initiate the changes. You're going to understand what has been, what the hangman was trying to make you understand. So, okay, let's clarify. I call upon the divine. I call upon the light. I call upon the Holy Spirit. Help me clarify this reading for Virgos for the month of March 2025. March 2025. Alright, show me the Ace of Swords here with the Hangman Spirit. What can you tell me about that? Alright, we have the Magician and we have the Eight of Cups in reverse. And that is non-receptivity. What you're understanding is maybe an aspect of the Magician, of what it is to co-create our lives. We do need the four elements. And there's something about the waters. If I am not letting in new water, I don't have my four elements for my manifesting power, so that I can bring what is above below with no interruption, pure manifestation. The Nine of Cups here, when it's upright, do you see all the receptivity? The cups are not already grounded on the floor, that means already manifested. No, they are open, processed, okay? He doesn't even have to do anything. It is total, even if it's a masculine energy, it is being completely receptive. I'm not blocking it with anything. I'm in the flow. Things are processed. It's very linked to the sacral chakra. So it's our rational mind being open to what is being received from above. It's above his head, within ourselves. And so that's why the side effect of that will be, oh, wish fulfilled, because then the universe can send frequencies that are aligned with who we truly are. So here, being like this, it's saying, oh, I kind of grasp that if I am not receptive, if I am not in a disposition of receiving something I don't know nothing about, or just the principle of it, the universe cannot impose it on me. Let's look at your Queen of Cups. So maybe there's something that happened to make you realize that. Could have been the full moon in Pisces, very watery perspective. So you realize that you're almost done. This is really the last thing to actually finish the old cycle, so that it doesn't repeat itself and just being, universe can only create from where you're vibrating for you, for your perspective, your reality, your personal reality. Here with it, I have the Five of Pentacles and the Eight of Pentacles. When it comes to what are the results of your efforts, of what you're grounding, of what is growing within yourself, as long as maybe I lived a lot of that crap, Five of Pentacles, where, maybe I sacrificed a lot, or I felt, rejected, abandoned, I'm isolated, I'm outside trying to bring in, and so on. All the suffering from isolation, from abandonment on every level. This is very subtle but strong energy, the Five of Pentacles. It's enough to close ourselves up, not to live this anymore. But it prevents us from being there. We have to make the difference between this is what I've experienced, this is what I lived. So I need to discard it, sacrifice it, look at it from a different angle so that I am not this anymore, but I can become this. And the Eight of Pentacles, this is when we're effortlessly growing within this reality, extremely grounded, naturally. So that means without having to put so much effort or sacrifice or, all of that. Having to be 10 times better in order to just arrive there in the eyes of others. That's Five of Pentacles shit. So here, the Queen of Pentacles, because you know your worth. That's the thing. It's not because you don't know it, but maybe you envision the world as the Five of Pentacles. Let's look at this here with the Hermit. Ooh, yeah. Again, the Ace of Sword. You're getting it. Ace of Sword, Ace of Sword. But you're still juggling with the concept during the month. So I wouldn't be surprised. Like, okay, you're masculine, the one that makes things happen, and so on. The one that would be like, hey, now it's integrated. It is in my wisdom. I'm following that path because that's my aspiration. And I know that ultimately the universe will match me. I can trust that even if it never did before, this time it will. There's the truth of this, and there's the other truth of course not. It will not back me up. The result will be unfair, like it's always been. That's another reality. I'm juggling between the two. That means I'm juggling between maybe my inner truth and my rational outer truth. My emotional, perceptive, receptive self and my active, this is what I'm doing, this is where I'm going. They're not matching. And you're kind of, getting it. That full moon in Virgo is going to show you exactly how you're juggling. Let's see that Four of Cups. Yeah. That Four of Cups is going to make you here, that full moon. There, I'm realizing and I'm completely conscious of the price I've paid for these beliefs. And that makes my Queen of Cups upright. All of a sudden, she's not drowning under the memories and the emotional backup of all these old situations. She's mastered it. She's open. She's ready to reopen she's the only one with a cup and with a cover on it. Okay? And so that's the power of the water feminine. She's the one that allows what comes in and what comes out. She's the one that filters which vibration will pass through. But she's going to be influenced by what she believes. The Ace of Wands is not accessible right now, but it is going to be. First, we need to understand that and integrate it. So here, that Five of Cups, of course, we're going to have to be conscious of the old sadnesses, of the distorted mirrors of the past. of the past 10 years, 20 years, of what we've inherited with our family, of the end of the cycle of Pentacle also. That means new beginning after. And all the sadness that was in there, all the loss, the grieving, so that we're really conscious of it. And that's where you get Page of Sword, you get a completely, and now you take it in your hand, the new belief, which allows you to actually jump into your next cycle. What's going to be left is to find out what will be your next passion, what you will actually want to bring in. Love, attraction, passion, fire. And we're going to enter into Aries season, which is going to be perfect for you to go and be, stirred and provoked, challenged with fire. So, all right, let's clarify this. Oh, no, I've already clarified it. Okay. We could go deeper and deeper, but this month, it's actually going to allow you to be able to jump into a new cycle. Because the understanding of what was preventing you from actually manifesting something different than what you've always manifested in the past will be resolved. Then it's just going to be the fire, the next part. So, how should we call this? Because this is like I'll call that water liberation, because it's kind of like the waters that were holding you back. The waters that were holding you back. That's what you're going to be conscious of. And this is what is going to initiate the freedom and the end of the cycle. The waters that were holding you back, Virgo. So, on this, thank you for watching, sharing, commenting, and all of that. If you want a private reading, or you're interested in the tarot course or the tarot book that is just about the Tree of Life and tarot that I wrote, all of this is on mysticwitchtarot.com, link below under the video in the plus section. And also thank you for the ones of you who gave donations. It helps more than you think. And on the new moon and the full moon, I ask the divine to give you back in the shape that is the most beneficial for you. And of course, your full moon in Virgo and that new moon in Aries. May you find your passion, because that's going to be the motor of the next cycle. So, on that, namaste, all my love and light, and I'll see you next month.